What's up, guys? Today we're raw dogging it right here on YouTube. So thanks for watching this video. If you don't already know who I am, I'm Austin Hancock. Just got home from dropping my kids off, and I wanted to send this YouTube video to you guys today. Zero edits, all raw dogged. Just wait till the end. You're gonna like it. But what we're gonna talk about today, what my message is today, is we're going to talk about procrastination. We're going to talk about sense of urgency. Sense of urgency. You know, one of the number one things that I've let people go for in my companies is one, not a culture fit, made those mistakes many times, but two, lack of sense of urgency. Okay? So, I mean, what is sense of urgency? When you have a task you need to get done, you need to take action to get it fucking done. So something I learned in the beautiful Marine Corps, which the Marine Corps basic boot camp does amazing with, like, move with a sense of urgency. Hey, you, why are you not walking faster all the time, right? And so I learned that. One, I grew up with a dad that, like, you need to get shit done. When you're out there, why aren't you driving the skid steer? Why aren't you operating this? Why aren't we getting this done? Pushing the projects, right? And then I went to the Marine Corps, and then the Marines were freaking move, even faster, like fast pace. Like, what are we waiting for? But so many times in one, business, two, personal lives, I see people think that they have this time, and they don't move with a sense of urgency. And something that I will contribute to maybe going to Iraq at 19 years old in a foreign war in a combat zone, having to sign my own documents that said, you know, if I get killed, my parents get some money, you know, kind of put things in perspective for me. You know, I'm an impatient person by nature. And so I like to get things, I like to get things done. I want things now, right? Like, I'm like a big kid, like a lot of us are. I don't have patience for it. I want it now. I don't want to be told what to do. I don't want to be held back by anything. What do we got to do to find a solution? Let's get it fucking done, you know? And so there's many times in my businesses, in my entrepreneurial journey, that I would find myself leaning back or slowing down. And there are seasons and there are things that you need to calculate decisions on. But I'm telling you right now, the most successful people will go out and implement something and take action on something and fail 1, 2, 3, 4 times, or just make a mistake, right? Not even a full failure, just make a mistake on it. And then they'll find a better solution, and then they'll be freaking moving and grooving, right, to the mission. They'll have another contingency plan. They'll have another route. They'll do that way faster than the person that sits there and starts putting the spreadsheets together, the schematics together, runs the numbers 180,000 times. There's no match for reps and experience, you know? And sometimes you take that same person that goes and takes that action, me, I like to joke and at the events you'll hear me speak, and I've said it before, is like the Kool-Aid man. So any of y'all are younger, you remember probably the Kool-Aid man. The Kool-Aid man would bust through the wall, be like, Kool-Aid, be like, he's here, boom. And he just kind of figure it out. And that's kind of my take on life. Because I know that there's a short window. And I know that I'm not the smartest guy in the room, not the fastest guy in the room, not the strongest guy in the room, not the best looking guy in the room. I don't know, I'm looking pretty good today with a little scruff. But I'm just not. So what I can do, the only way I can make up for that is to start taking action. Because so many people sit back on their loins, they sit back on their heels, and they wait. And they wait for the right time. And they wait for the right money, and they wait for this to happen, you know? And there's times you need to take those little waits. But what happens is when you start to do that, you start to create patterns of holding off. You start to convince yourself that it's better to wait. It's better to hold off. Things will change if I hold off and I do X, Y, and Z, and then I'll do this, right? And without a sense of urgency of, like, I know I'm gonna die. And everybody watching this video, I don't know if you guys know already, but you're gonna fucking die. And so if you're gonna die, and I'm gonna die, and we don't know when that is, I could drive this afternoon, and this could be the last video I ever made, God forbid. You guys could be the same though. This could be the last video you ever watch. You're like, fuck, Austin, that's deep. It is, because it's reality. But I also could live until 100. I mean, really? Probably not. But I'm going to push it to the limit. I'm going to take this bag of meat and beat the hell out of it and just have the best time with it in most experiences. But that kind of resembles my model on life. So many people sit back, and my biggest regret would be to be there on my deathbed and my kids to be surrounding me and be like, man, I really should have took more risks. I should have bet on me more. You know, and I don't think people ever say that at the end of their death, because they always want to justify where they're at in life. You guys are justifying where you're at in life right fucking now. Because of this didn't happen, because this didn't do, this, blah, 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 all these things. These stars that didn't align, right? But you can only go out there and do one thing, and you can take more action. And so when you have an idea, when you get excited, when you want to make a change, when you want to change your life, when you want to change your body, when you want to change your physique, when you want to change your fitness, when you want to change your marriage, your relationship with your wife, you do it now. You know, one thing I learned, because I would regret this sometimes, is I wouldn't say thank you to people. I don't know why. I'd be like, oh man, they knew I was thankful for that. You know, or hey, thanks for buying dinner. I wouldn't say it. Or when I felt emotionally pulled, like, man, that's a really good friend of mine. I should give them a call sometime. I don't go, but I'll finish all this work and probably call them tomorrow, because you'll never fucking do it. Do you? We never do it. So when you get that emotion, I'm shooting them a text right now. I'm calling them right now. I do this right now. Implement right now. I read that book. I'm inspired by it. I'm going to take action right now. I want to do this. I want to change my body. I'm going to hire a freaking trainer. I'm going to hire a coach, right? You guys all know I teach people how to freaking get fit and jacked, teach people how to make more money, how to grow their wealth in real estate, teach people how to grow their brand on social media and get their fucking scared ass away from not putting themselves on the camera, and to grow organically and show them how to do that. Only reason I can do that is because that's what I've done. I've done a lot of other things too, and my objective is to mitigate people from making those mistakes. But you gotta, I think I'm more scared. I know I'm more scared to end up at the back end of my life regretting not doing certain things. And you know what? When you're growing a business, when you have a family, when you have 2 kids, 3 kids, when you have car payments, house payment, whatever it is, we all got something going on, right? Something's going on all the fucking time. Mom's sick, dad's sick, grandma's dead, grandma's dying, car crashes, we'll call them catastrophic life events. They're always going to be there. Always. There's always going to be something. I think the biggest problem with humans is that they think that they'll have no problems. And so you're waiting to not have problems so that you can go and spend the time to grow your real estate portfolio and to become wealthy. You're waiting to well, you know, I got Christmas coming up right now, so there's really no reason for me to start 20 days ahead, and I'll probably start my diet then, and then I'll get that body that, you know, my wife deserves, because now I'm just laying my sack of fat mayonnaise on her back every time we're boning. Gross, bro. Change it. Do it now. When you feel pulled, when you feel called, when you feel inspired, you have to take that momentum. In that momentum, and then the boom, you do the freaking, I went to the gym again. I went to the gym again. I went to the gym again. I ate healthy again. I went to the gym again. I started following macros again. Boom. That routine, that habit will compound. Because you're like, what can I do? Fuck, if I can do that, I can wake up early 7 days in a row. I can do it 14 days in a row. And then that doubles, and then that doubles, and then that doubles. And it's like, well, what else can I do? Well, now I have a little extra time. I can read a book. I'm going to be on the treadmill doing my cardio, and I'm going to listen to an audio book. I'm going to watch a video from Austin Hancock right here, and I'm going to get inspired to change my life, because he's a guy that's actually done what he says he's done. And he's just helping me out. So, you know, then you're like, dude, now I realize I can do real estate. He's not special. I'm not special. You're not special. Nobody's fucking special. I hate to tell you what your teacher and your mommy told you, but it ain't fucking true. No one's special. The only thing that makes you special is the actions you take. Think about back to the most famous people, the most successful people, all these brands of people that you know. Sports athletes, politicians, movie actors, whatever it is, philanthropists, motherfucking Teresa, right? How do you know these people? Why? Because they did a lot of things in life. They did a lot of things in life. No one fucking wrote a book. No one wrote a story about the guy that waited. The very man that waited. And if there's a book, I'm sure there'll be a comment in here. But you guys, sense of urgency is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing. Sense of urgency, whatever it is. I want to kiss my wife. Kiss your wife. I want to tell my kids how proud I am of them. Do you fucking wait to do that? If you want to change your life, you have to change you. You have to change how you process things, how you move, how fast you move. There is no right time to start the business. There is no right time to have the kids. There is no right time to get married. Now, there's wrong times, but there is no, you have to stop putting things in your way. You know, I'll get on calls with people that are like, Austin, I want to get on this coaching program. I want to change my life, but I've got to do this. I've got to do that. Or I'll get somebody that tells me they want to get into real estate. I ran into a guy the other day. He was in the elevator at a hotel I was at, and he goes, I want to get into real estate too, man. That's awesome. Or he asked me what I did. I told him I was in real estate. I said, man, I've grown most of my money's been made from building. And then from there, I took it and became an investor, blah, blah, blah. You guys know my story. If you don't, go to www.austinhancock.com, fill out the application, we'll chat. And so he's like, well, I wanted to get in real estate too. You know, it's always been something I've seen. One of my friends has done it. He does really well. I hear that all the time when people say like, oh, real estate. They just kind of look at me like, huh, yeah, that makes sense, bro. Cool. Yeah. I thought you were a drug dealer, tattoo artist, or a fucking UFC fighter. That's usually what I get just because I'm tattooed and jacked a little bit. And, I got some money. Or it's perceived that people think that I have money because I have this Rolls Royce, which the internet thinks I rent. It's an expensive rental. But so I'm like, yeah. Real estate, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. My wife's going to get into that. I was like, well, why didn't you? What's kept you from getting into that? Well, I really needed to save a bunch of money. I needed to work. I needed to do this. I needed to do that. He came up with all these reasons and all these things. And I was like, but you spent a lot of time like that on the thing you're working on, right? And he's like, yeah, I spent a ton of time. On that thing that I'm working on. And, I was like, well, what if you would have taken that exact time and dedicated it to changing your entire life? Like all the time you guys waste watching the sports games, and you can watch them when you have the time. Right now, you can't afford it. If you do not have the life you want, if you're not achieving the dreams that you want, then you cannot afford to spend any other time other than working on that life. Right? Sense of urgency to get to the dreams that you want to have. You got to have it. You've got to really want it. You've got to fucking take action now. No one's going to tap you on the fucking shoulder. No one's going to call you up and say, hey, bud, now's the time. I know it doesn't feel good. I know it's scary, but now's the time to leap. Some of you are religious. You call yourself religious. You call yourself a faithful person. You call yourself a Christian. But you're paralyzed by fear. You know why most of us have fear? We have fear for two fucking reasons. I'll leave you with this. Fear for two reasons. Number one fear is fear of failure in front of other people. We're not even really fucking scared of failing ourselves because if nobody knew, it wouldn't matter. You take more action, right? Sometimes you guys fail every morning because in your own head, you're like, I'll go to the gym tomorrow. Nope, not going to go to the gym tomorrow. Nobody knew about it. I'm fine. Second reason is because you're paralyzed by losing what you already have. You're scared to lose what you already have. But you want something different, but you're scared to let go of what you have today. Make that make sense. So guys, I hope you have a fucking phenomenal day. I told you guys we were going to finish on this raw dog together and have a great one. So thanks for watching the video. If you don't know who I am again, I'm Austin Hancock. Go check me out on Instagram, austin.hancock1. Thanks for watching the YouTube video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you hated it, make a nasty comment. I know a lot of losers do that, so you might as well join the party, and it helps the algorithm, so thank you in advance. If you want to learn more about what I'm about, what I do, how you can do the same things, then there's a link down in the bio. There's going to be one for my free community. There's going to be a number down there in the bio, so check it out, okay? And then text the number and say, hey, I want to learn about real estate. I want to get myself jacked. I want to change my life. I want something more for myself, and I don't know where to go. I only know because I've been there and I've felt the same way. And so all I'm going to show you is what I've done to get myself to where I am. I'm not going to show you the things I haven't done. I don't have some crystal ball or some wizardry. But what I do have is experiences in doing what I've done. And I will show you how to do the exact same thing. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one.